Japanese bank stocks have shown steady growth over the past several years. With the release of the first quarter results for 2025, here is a comparison of the performance and stock valuations of Japan's 6 major banks. In conclusion, Mitsubishi UFJ remains the top pick in Japan's banking sector, with Sumitomo Mitsui Financial Group also performing strongly. Sumitomo Mitsui Trust stands out for its attractive dividend yield. I will also provide insights into the performance of the other banks. These are Japan's 6 banks with the largest market capitalization, each with its own characteristics. MUFG, Mitsubishi UFJ Financial Group, is the largest bank in Japan with strong revenue and scale, operating widely both domestically and internationally. Overseas, it strengthens its investment banking business through a partnership with Morgan Stanley, generating income from M&A and asset management. SMFG Sumitomo Mitsui Financial Group is Japan's second-largest bank, with a balanced mix of corporate lending, retail banking, and asset management. It combines domestic stability with overseas growth in Asia and North America. Mizuho Financial Group generates stable earnings from domestic retail and corporate lending. It also does investment banking, but its overseas presence is smaller than the top 2 banks. Japan Post Bank relies on domestic deposits and asset management for stable earnings, with a large base of elderly customers. However, its growth is limited due to this predominantly older client base, making it highly dependent on the Japanese market. SMT, Sumitomo Mitsui Trust Group, specializes in trust banking and asset management, providing stable revenue for both individual and corporate clients. Although smaller in scale, it generates steady profits. Sumitomo Mitsui Trust Group and Sumitomo Mitsui Financial Group have similar names, but are separate groups with no corporate affiliation, and both trace their origins to the historic Mitsui and Sumitomo conglomerates. Resona Holdings is the smallest among the 6, but runs efficiently, maintaining stable profits. Its business focuses on retail banking and loans to small and medium-sized enterprises, offering reliability in the domestic market. First quarter revenue and net profit. Mitsubishi UFJ clearly leads the major banks in both revenue and net profit, demonstrating the strongest earnings and overall scale. Sumitomo Mitsui Financial Group follows closely, maintaining high profitability and stable performance. Even though Mizuho is one of the 3 megabanks, slightly behind the top 2 in both size and earnings. Japan Post Bank, Sumitomo Mitsui Trust, and Resona are smaller players with limited scale, yet they generate moderate and relatively efficient profits. Overall, the top 3 banks, Mitsubishi UFJ, SMFG, and Mizuho, stand out in terms of earnings. Market capitalization and equity ratio. Mitsubishi UFJ has the largest market capitalization among the groups. Sumitomo Mitsui Financial Group follows with a strong market value, while Mizuho ranks slightly lower. Japan Post Bank, Sumitomo Mitsui Trust, and Resona have smaller market capitalizations. In terms of equity ratio, all banks operate with relatively low levels of equity, typical for financial institutions. Overall, the market strongly values Mitsubishi UFJ and SMFG for their size and stability. PBR and PER. Mitsubishi UFJ and Resona have slightly high PBR and PER, reflecting market recognition of their stability and efficiency. Sumitomo Mitsui Trust has a PBR below 1 and a low PER, making it appear undervalued relative to its stable earnings and attractive as a value stock. Japan Post Bank also has a low PBR, appearing cheap, but its growth potential is limited. Sumitomo Mitsui and Mizuho have PBR and PER at moderate levels, indicating fair market valuations. In terms of PBR and PER, Sumitomo Mitsui Trust is the most undervalued for now. Dividend yield and dividend payout ratio. Looking at dividend yield and payout ratio, Sumitomo Mitsui Trust stands out with a high dividend yield of 3.8% and a moderate payout ratio. Japan Post Bank offers a yield of 3.56% with a higher payout ratio, returning a larger portion of earnings despite limited growth potential. Among the major banks, Mitsubishi UFJ provides a yield of 3.11% and SMFG 3.39%, both with sustainable payout ratios that support long-term investors. In contrast, Resona has a lower dividend yield of 1.96%. In summary, Mitsubishi UFJ is the top pick for long-term investors, being the largest and most profitable bank with stable global operations, though its high valuation may limit near-term upside. Sumitomo Mitsui Financial Group follows as the second strongest, offering stable earnings with reasonable valuations, balancing growth and fair pricing. For high dividend yield, Sumitomo Mitsui Trust stands out, making it attractive for income-focused and value investors. Japanese banks benefit from stable deposits and diversified revenue sources, such as fees and trust operations, allowing steady profits even in a low-interest environment. With the Bank of Japan likely to raise rates, net interest margins could expand, further boosting earnings. Megabanks also earn from overseas subsidiaries, generating diversified income. On the downside, the domestic market faces limited growth due to a declining population and slow economic expansion. Still, with the overall Japanese stock market performing well, banks remain an especially promising sector.